Namaskara. Corona has created a chaos all over the world. More than 190 countries are suffering today because of this coronavirus, which is spreading like wildfire. Now, let us not go why the coronavirus came, but let us think how we can prevent the coronavirus ruining our country. Corona, which is also called as COVID-19, this virus, COVID-19, as the WHO has called it as, has become a pandemic. The reason is it is spreading from person to person. There is no vector here. If there is a vector like a mosquito or a pig or a cock or a hen or something, we can do the culling. But here it is spreading from human to human. And that's why personal hygiene is extremely important. And this virus is spreading through the droplet infection. That means whenever there is a nasal secretion or the throat secretions are there, whenever a person sneezes or coughs, millions of organisms are thrown out of the nose and the face through the droplet. And each drop will contain millions of organisms. When a person is spitting, crores of organisms are thrown out, and if someone else comes in contact with that, it is very dangerous. And apart from that, if somebody wipes his nose and mouth and then shakes hand, and then the virus will spread to the other person's hands. And apart from that, whenever the person is using a mobile or a handle or a mouse for their computer, the whole virus will be loaded that when another person touches, they will get it. And hence, since the coronavirus is imported from China to all the other countries, let us not import this virus. So what to do? Essentially, many students who are panicky about their life, they are coming back. Those who went to Hajj, they have come back. Those who went for working, they have come back. Whether they are techies or hajis or students, whoever is coming back to India, one thing you must remember, you are bringing a dangerous virus into the country. And here, you are the first soldiers, quarantine yourself. Don't go and mix up with the people. And many so-called educated, I should call them educated fools, they are going around, roaming around, and if you start roaming around, each infected person will affect another 5 people within 5 days, and those 5 people in turn will affect more than 400 people in 30 days. So this spreads like a chain reaction. And if a person quarantines himself for some days and then he goes around, and if he affects 3 people in 10 days, he will be affecting 15 people. Like means he is sitting at home, but his wife, his children or the servant coming to the house are affected in 10 days, and they in turn will affect another 15 people. Whereas if the person isolates himself completely, not mixing up with anyone, not going out for totally 15 days, he is unlikely to infect anyone except the people or the doctor or a nurse or someone who came to give him food. That means in the next 30 days, he will be infecting only 1 or 2 people. And this is how the quarantine is meant for not spreading the disease. In fact, the fear is killing many people. There is a fear psychosis. And that's why to overcome that, to increase your Atma Vishwas or the confidence or the self-confidence, Modi ji has come out with very valid points. One is he asked for clapping. The clapping, when you clap, there are 39 acupressure points. When we clap like this, the 39 organs in the body, they get more nutrition and more oxygen. And there are 100 trillion cells, and each cell requires oxygen and nutrition. So instead of supplying oxygen and nutrition, if the virus go there, the person dies. On the contrary, if you clap and then the blood supply oxygen goes, the cells will be rejuvenated and they will become very energetic. And apart from that, our blood pressure comes down, the blood sugar comes down, and we become very healthy. And when we thank somebody who is doing good to the society, and the oxytocin is released from the brain, and we feel very nice and very healthy. And that's how we know the clapping, thanking, thanksgiving, all of them, they make you very healthy. So let us not only do the Janata, I care for you, and also let us clap and thank the doctors, the nurses, the army people, and also the air force people who are working day and night round the clock 24/7 for the sake of saving the society. Now Modi ji has called for Janata curfew. I don't call it as a curfew, I call it as I care for you. Each individual should feel that they are caring for the society, they are caring for their family, they are caring for the nation. And unless you care for yourself, your family and the society, you are not a human being. So remember, quarantining yourself when you come back from any country is extremely important. Just don't go in the bus, train and everywhere just to hide and then tell the people or the police that you are not there. These are all the shameless acts done by many people, and they are very dangerous. It is amounting to almost like attempt to murder, killing the people around you. And hence, please quarantine yourself, report yourself, come to the center. There are 52 centers testing the viral load, and please get it checked. I myself got myself checked because when I traveled, there was a couple from England and they're traveling together. So I didn't want to take risk, and I saw that I was negative. And this sort of responsibility every Indian should have, especially NRIs, means you are the new responsible Indians. Do not shirk from your responsibility. So why are we doing this Janata curfew or I care for you is because any virus, especially coronavirus, when it comes out of the body, it falls on any object or any place or in the air, it can live for 2 to 12 hours. And when the sunlight falls, it will die. But suppose sunlight doesn't fall, or otherwise it will last for 12 hours. So if we quarantine ourselves from morning till evening, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, so by then all the coronavirus will be killed. So that vicious cycle of coronavirus coming out of the mouth and then falling and we touching and then getting it back and spreading it to other, that vicious cycle can be broken. So I think if you take the history of India, there was a time when we had a non-cooperation movement against the Britishers, and today let us all say non-cooperation to the coronavirus infection in our country. Let us make all our fellow person very safe and the India a very healthy one. And hence let us say thank you Modi ji, thank you Bharat Mata ki Jai and Jai Karnataka. Namaskara.